You were probably, like most people at this point, still trying to figure out what's going on. And you don't want to say it. You're not really sure. You've got a little, I don't want to say PTSD. I don't want to overuse that word in any way whatsoever. I'm not trying to in any way suggest it. But you are thinking to yourself, what is this all about? Social media collectively are the way, and specifically X or Twitter, has been superb. It is my sole reaction. Everything else is like sort of whatever it is. It almost follows. I love to see people's reaction. I want to see what people think, and I want to hear all of the crazies. And what social media are, media is a plural now, by the way. And I'm going to hold up this empty case. By the way, why people don't have protective cases on their phones? Do you have a teenager who insists upon, say, buy the case? And they drop it and they crack the front. Say, why don't you get a case? I don't like the way it looks, but you're going to. And bro, literally, okay? But you're thinking through this and you're trying to ask yourself, what is this? First, let us start with this. You want to call it a prayer? Whatever you want to call it. Let us start with a recognition of what we just saw, of the absolute incredible nature of what we just saw. We saw the missed collision, the 1 millimeter, 1 hair's width away from a disaster you can't even imagine. If you saw the remains of this putative, and I'm assuming, I will say alleged. I don't believe anything. When you give me the name, I'll say, okay, that's the alleged shooter, and not because I'm trying to worry about civil liability. I just say, well, if that's what you say, that's what I will say. It's alleged. Were there any others? I don't know. So think about this. Pray to God. Pray to whomever. Focus on the energy, whatever you want to call it, but just whatever you want to call it. Just think about what was averted. It's unbelievable to go like this. A bullet. It's just one. Not even a. Had I been 10 feet, a foot, had I been, no, one a gust of wind, a barometric, atmospheric, something that affects the density of the round, anything. The physics, to be so close it grazes your ear, takes the, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And this is why people have tremendous faith in God. Because the only way the most rational people can say the only reason why President Trump is alive is because of some divine intervention, some form of not yet. And if you told me I believe that happened, I'd say, you know what? I'd be hard pressed to say, oh, that's ridiculous. No, it's just, it blows my mind. And we hear it and we see it, and you watch it repeatedly, and I keep thinking this. And what real war sounds like, what real pop, 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 It's not like TV. It's not like anything like that. What are you telling children? Keep your children away from this. Keep your children away from wherever. They don't have to see this. They don't have to see this. Many of us were, I mean, I don't know if I was traumatized. I don't remember it. But many of us who were alive during the Kennedy assassination remember what that was like. And I remember as being 5 years old and seeing my mother crying. Something happened on TV. I didn't understand what's going on. Now, luckily in this case, there are people who are, there's no crying. There's no crying. Luckily, we're not crying. We're just relieved. We're tremendous relief. It's a different story. Now, let's talk about Kimberly A. Cheadle, director of the Secret Service. Kimberly A. Cheadle. She's in charge. What do we know about Kimberly A. Cheadle? Who is she? What do we know about her? What's her past? Well, let's go to her write-up on the Secret Service site. And it says, Kimberly Cheadle is the 27th director of the U.S. Secret Service, sworn into office September the 17th, 2022. She is responsible for successfully executing the agency's integrated mission of protection and investigations by leading a diverse, oh, God, diverse, oh, God, thank you, got it, diverse, say no more, that's it, okay, that explains these girls, you see them trying to find their pistol, like, well, how do I put this thing, but did you see this, this contingent? Do you see these ones? They look like New York City cops standing on the corner. You know, all we need is the Cardi B lenses and looking on their phone. Thank God they weren't on their phone or with fingernails that are too long or covered in tats or something, you know, waddling about. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that group? Oh, diverse. That's all that matters. To stop diverse bullets and to protect us from diverse lunacy. Well, she's in charge of the agency's integrated mission of protection and investigations by leading a diverse workforce composed of more than 7,800 special agents, uniformed division officers, technical law enforcement officers, blah, blah, blah. Prior to her appointment, Ms. Cheadle served as senior director in global security at PepsiCo. Hey! Where she was responsible for directing and implementing security protocols for the company's facilities in North America. Her role at PepsiCo involved developing risk management assessment and risk mitigation at a Pepsi bottling Pepsi facility. It gets pretty rough there. Oh, let me tell you something. They called her old Blood and Guts. That's right. Blood and Guts Cheadle. Yep. That's her, all right. That's where she was at PepsiCo. Ooh-wee. Drop that 2-liter bottle, Joe. We mean business. Okay. PepsiCo. Pepsi. It's the real thing. That's Coke. Now, Coke, but it's diverse. She doesn't even have law enforcement. Maybe she does. She doesn't even have, I was a patrol cop in Des Moines. Did it say that? Maybe I would have put, for example, I think somebody would have said, my years of law enforcement to be a cop. I don't know. But good news. Mike Johnson is going to call her in and they're going to say, were you ready for this, Cheadle? Were you, come on, Jim Jordan, you know some of this, you Zuckerberg, we know how to bring you in, And who else would? Oh yeah, the TikTok guy. You and Fauci. Yeah, you bad. Ooh, congressional hearings. Ooh, oh man. Oh, they get nasty. Uh-huh. Nothing's gonna happen with that one. Nothing. Because there are some sick people today who are actually disappointed that things didn't go worse. That's how sick they are. Yep. There are sick people out there who actually are feeling very disappointed today that things couldn't happen. There was already people are scouring. There was a woman at I think British Columbia, like a medical school. This is a medical. This is the thing which I don't understand. These people go on social media, and I don't know if you saw this. I'll get it for you. No. I'll get it for you. Hang on a minute there, dude. Hang on, dude. I think I told you this. On all of these arrest videos, these YouTubes, I think they're the most fascinating. All women are cray. I mean, there's men too, but it's like women, especially getting pulled off of planes. Why are you arresting me? Hey, bro, I literally was standing here. Bro, I literally and bro. But literally means I think really? I was literally here. Well, I know. No, I was literally yes, we know that versus figuratively. Come on, bro. Anyway, let me show you this one that's really just incredible. Incredible. Where is this one? Oh, anyway, I forget her name. You can see for yourself. I didn't even post it. By the way, I hope you're following me on Twitter or X. I can't say X. But it's incredible. And just like that, the radical left now picked up on all the PSYOP right-wing conspiracy Alex Jones stuff. It's staged. It's fake. False flag. It was a BB gun. Somebody said it was a BB gun. Then somebody said, well, I heard it was the monitor, the monitor, the glass from a monitor. Oh, these are the left who before said sued Alex Jones because he's saying the same thing. Now, can the Trump family sue whoever says that like they sued Alex Jones? Doesn't that make sense to you? Does to me. Can the left or the right, whoever these people are, can they sue for $1 billion? You said that this never happened. You said that this was some kind of there are people who are saying all kinds of stuff. Now, the answer to that is no. The answer is that you should be able to say whatever you want, no matter how stupid it is. No matter how stupid. That's what being in America is. America is to say stupid things. That's the way it is. Period. End of discussion. But the reactions are incredible. Is there? Did you see? Please, I hope you are going to my. Let me give you this thing here. You got it. Because I do some pretty good stuff. If I say so myself, because I'm not like everybody else. I know this sounds weird, but I don't even go for the deep state stuff. Not yet. I know a lot of people do immediately. I understand this. I understand it, but I don't even go there for that one. I don't. That's not my thing because it's becoming hackneyed. It's becoming trite. People are just saying this. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Here we go. I'm putting it up here right now. I'm pinning this, okay? This is Lionel Media. For some reason on X, it's Media Nation Legal. We got all kinds of names, but the Lionel part, or Lionel, as I call it. How many of the Democrats have said nothing about this? I'm just saying. I thought President Biden did an admirable job. I thought he sounded fine. Absolutely found it. That they're finding they said, well, do you think this was such a, he says, well, I don't know yet. I mean, he won't, he didn't say exactly what people wanted. Okay, fine, whatever. I understand, whatever, but still. But I mean, Maxine Waters, Kamala Harris, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, you would just think. Now, at the same time yesterday, right at the time, when Alec Baldwin, Mr. Tough Guy, when they dismissed the charge with his wife, Ilaria Charo, who doesn't speak, well, has an accent. We don't know why. She was born in Massachusetts. But anyway, what are you going to do? They're building this up for their hit show, their reality show that nobody is going to watch. Who wants to watch? Get this, a story about a bloated, bilious, bombastic, blowhard, radical left and his phony baloney, can't speak English, Spanish accent, Charo, and their 7 or 8 kids. I mean, this is like, what is this, the Brady Bunch? With 6 you get egg roll, remember that? Was it Brian Keith and Doris Day? Who? This guy's on the balls of his arse. The career is over. Nobody wants him. The left didn't want him. Nobody came to it. Nobody even came to his defense. He was on trial, for God's sakes. He was on trial. If that had been Ron Howard, I call him Ronnie. Had it been Ron Howard or Scorsese or hell, even Clint Eastwood, nobody came to testify. Nothing. Scorsese would say, my whole show, everything we do are guns. We're pointing guns all the time at people. Clint Eastwood, nothing. Clint Eastwood is right wing, whatever you want to call it, whatever the particular phrase is. They always use these terms. So anyway, so there's Alec Baldwin, and he gets acquitted. He stands and he cries like a baby. Okay, fine. I know it was emotional, but he's milking this thing up. He cries all the time. He cries in this. He cried on the camera. He cried this. He cried there. Okay, fine. Wonderful. Now, here's the story. Maybe you can help me with this one. Trump, not even a whimper. Not even a whimper. Not even Trump, who was charged with how many different cases? 2 civil cases, basically designed to destroy him financially. 4, I think it was like 4 criminal charges. Nothing. He doesn't bat an eye. He's in court. He sits there. He glowers at the judge, gets up, goes to a rally, plays golf. He's like, and there's Alec. Mr. Tough Guy. Mr. Tough Guy, who likes to get in people's faces, who one time screamed at some guy. It was over a parking space. This bilious blowhard. Don't you love this? He doesn't realize it. It's over. And I predicted, because it's not because I'm fair. The law is the law. They went after him. This was lawfare. You would think Alec Baldwin would understand what this is about. You would think Alec Baldwin would have an appreciation for what was happening. You would think, but he doesn't, because he's Alec Baldwin. Because he doesn't care. He just doesn't. He doesn't care. He's, whatever. So that's the difference between Trump and them. But look at these people. Also, the truth is there. Let me explain something to you. We have people on social media, snipers, professionals, cameras, individuals. Imagine November 22nd, 1963. Imagine if there were 10,000 Zapruders every quarter mile with cameras. They showed the fellow on the alleged shooter on the roof. They're showing now the configuration of the stage and where this roof was. You're asking the question, who doesn't check this thing out? You can't see a guy on a roof? Do you have drones? I'm no expert in this, but let me remind you something, kids. Let me remind you something which was very, very important. Oh, her name is Julie Grace Brufke. Her post has been deleted. It says, glass fragments, not a bullet, hit Trump. A source familiar tells me. I don't know who Julie Brufke is, but anywho, she got it wrong. How about this? Who are these people? Benny Thompson. Benny Thompson. Troy Carter. Barbara Lee. Frederica Wilson. Yvette Clarke. Bonnie Coleman. Jasmine Crockett. Joyce Beatty, and Steve Cohen. Who do you think? Who are they? These are the 9 U.S. congressmen sponsoring H.R. 8081. This is the law. This is the one that removed, stripping Donald Trump of his Secret Service protection. Hey! Think they knew something? Probably not. The same ones who want to strip Bobby Kennedy of his. These people are cold-blooded. This is unbelievable. You can't write this. It's there in front of you. This is the corruption. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. I don't even know where to start, where to end, where to finish. I have no idea. It's incredible. It is beyond anything like this. It's the level of putrescence. Now, look, you can say this. God bless people and God bless Elon Musk, who is our new hero now. Elon Musk is an absolute gem, a gem in what he has said, what he has done, what he has advocated. He is, bless him for his. He's had threats all the time. I mean, this is just incredible. This is just incredible. As you will only find people going so far, there will never be anything really about Cheadle and Secret Service will not ever be exposed. Cheadle and Secret Service will not be exposed because government protects government. And they're all on the same team. This maybe is a shock to you, but they're all on the same team. They're all part of it. They are not going to do anything. They're going to pretend. They're going to do like this. Remember the old days of John L. Sullivan? Why you would do this a lot? I say, what are you doing? What is this? Why don't you hit him? No, I don't want to hit him. I want to go like this. Why you if I that's it. A lot of posturing and fist shaking, but no, nothing really. That's what they do because they are a part of this corrupt organization. They are a part of this disgusting group, this fetid, festering carbuncle, this infected lesion of government. Now, you could call it the deep state. Maybe, maybe that makes something. Yeah, okay. Deep state, police state, intel state, shadow government. Okay, maybe, sort of. We don't know. There's no, but they're all looking around like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Deep state. Well, there you go again. And then they're going to have these people that say, hey, wasn't this guy a Republican? There was this little boy. He's on, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's like a kid. And he says, the Trump shooter, and the name, by the way, never say the name. Never say the name. Never show pictures. Never show. He does not exist. He does not exist. I will not provide posthumous posthumous, an apotheosis of him as some, whatever it was. I just ignore him. But in any event, it says here the shooter was a registered Republican and voted in the 2022 midterms. Anyone who claimed this was a crazy liberal may want to delete their posts. Always wait for the confirmation. What does that mean? This same little boy, and by the way, he's entitled to this, got upset at J.D. Vance, who said this is because of such and such. He goes, however, don't you inject politics into it. You just did it yourself. But listen, it's a free country. Say that if you want. Say it. I want to hear it. Oh, please. We want to hear more. How about this front page of the New York Times? Trump hurt but safe after a shooting. After a shooting? The word assassination doesn't even appear in here. It doesn't even appear anywhere in the story. And meanwhile, Biden's like this. What? And tomorrow starts the convention. You tell me there's no God. Tell me this is the timing of this. And I keep asking, is anybody keeping track of which Democratic political luminaries have not publicly issued any good wishes or thoughts regarding our President Trump? This is what you have to do almost deliberately. It is nothing short really of fascinating to see the radical left show no interest whatsoever in what perhaps motivated this crazed sniper. Now, had the target been of a different political denomination, within minutes, you would have heard everything about this shooter, his history, social media manifestos, the works. But instead, what we see is this incredible new crop of conspiracy theorists who are saying the very same thing that they allege Alex Jones said, to wit, that a shooting was staged or exaggerated or embellished or non-existent. Now, isn't that amazing how that works? The radical left lives in a world where the rules apply differently to those of different political denominations. That's fascinating. Don't you find that fascinating? I do. It's incredible. And this picture of the president with his fist out, with a flag. This is our Mount Suribachi. It's uncanny. The symbolism, the semiotics, the perfect placement of the moment, frozen with old glory as a canopy, a shield. Meanwhile, this wizened coot in charge dreams of push-up challenges. Remember this? Because he's another one too. He's like Alec Baldwin. I'm a tough guy. Hey, come on, I'll challenge you to push-ups. Remember that? Meanwhile, he's watching Matlock in the afternoon at the home. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Now, here's another thing too I want you to understand. I want you to grasp totally. Literally, bro. Literally. Before you get carried away, remember there are 333 million people in our great republic. And there may be double that amount of guns, maybe. There is more mental illness in our country than ever. More lunatics exhibiting bizarre behavior at every corner and crevice of society. Airports, malls, on the street, at fast food establishments, at people calling the cops because their fries are cold. There was one of my favorites. I told you I love these YouTube. Literally, bro, I watch them all the time. This one is a fellow who had like 8 active warrants, fugitive warrants, and he calls 911 because his fries at a fast food place were cold. And the police came and they're going to say, what's your name? By the way, here's the thing too. If a cop asks you, what's your name? In many, and this has changed, I say fairly recently, but in many states, you have to give him identification. The right to remain silent does not include making your identification known. So keep that in mind. And that's how they get you. What's your name? I'm not going to tell you. All right, that's it. Okay. But anyway, everywhere you see this weird, this crazy, it's social media always seem there to capture the right moment. and to highlight and proclaim as some kind of opera bouffe, this demented, unglued, psychotic behavior. Yet, this is interesting. I find this interesting. Yet, despite that fact, despite that, crime and murder and general mayhem are still rare in terms of the size of the country. Don't be mistaken. Despite our insanity, we're still very ordinary and our country is very safe. Most people will say, I've never had anything happen to me before. I've never been the victim of any crime. Nothing. So it's very easy because we get online and we start going crazy with this embellishing. And why do you. I was watching Patrick Ben-David. He was everybody's got to go out and say something. Alex Jones is good too. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now. The deep state, I told you. Everybody's predicting. Everybody's pulling a Dershowitz with, I told you it's going to happen. It's about the deep state. Okay, fine. And then this one, everybody's in their car and they have to give you their perspective. Come on, bro, literally. Yeah, okay, fine. And there's a whole bunch of people right now who are actually disappointed. This is the part that gets me, that the tragedy was averted yesterday. And they're watching what they say now. They're watching what they say. There was a few idiots who kind of slipped through the cracks at first, and they were immediately crushed online. But the others are more cunning. And they watch what they say, at least in public. And here's what should scare you. They may look like ordinary people with ordinary jobs and ordinary lives, but inside they possess a pathology that's inexplicable. There are people who despise Trump. They want terrible things to happen to him. They want bad things. These are absolutely insane. Now, going back to the title of this, there will be no changes in the U.S. Secret Service. There will be no comprehensive legislation or measures to remove the incompetence from the ranks. There will be no study group or no panel commission to find out what went wrong. There will just be a lot of tweets or X's, but nothing more. Nothing more. And again, I want you to see this picture of Alec Baldwin. Think about this. Have you ever seen Trump so much as bat an eye, no matter what is thrown at in court or in life? Nope. You can always tell who's really the tough guy and who's the blowhard pretending, playing the role, being the tough guy. Trump is indomitable. He's the real thing. He's the legit tough guy. Absolutely authentic. There are people who are just authentic. And then there's Alec Baldwin, who's just an absolute. And let me say this again, who has been abandoned. I sound like Joe Biden. I'm whispering abandoned. And another thing, too, is another aspect. You can look for a deep state all you want, but the real culprits are the incompetent and the silly and the childish who believe in hiring former Pepsi security guards as directors. Hey, listen, the best way for me to change things is hire incompetent people. Think about that one for a moment. Who needs to recruit assassins when you've essentially removed protection from assassins? You see how that works? Doesn't that make sense? It's like, let's just destroy law enforcement. Let's destroy it. Let's have defund the police, and let's have this other lunacy. I mean, think about this. All of this stuff, it blows my mind. It absolutely. There's so much to take in. I hope you could follow all this. I mean, it's tough, but there's a lot. Because people are just reacting. And by the way, the worst is cable news. Oh my God. So who was it? Somebody said, and now Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich? What are you doing? What is this, 1985? Newt Gingrich? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Fox News. Let me go right now to my good, my birds are... Let's go to my colleague, Dana Perino. Who wants to go? Who wants her? No. Talk to that dude. Hey, bro. Literally, the dude who was there with the red visor talking to the BBC people who said, hey, I was saying there's a shooter up there. That's the guy that I want to talk to. Why don't you go through just go through and get a hold of these people, not Dana Perino. Let's go right now to who? To Jesse Waters for his take. What is this? What are they doing? Who cares about this? Let's go right now to no, don't go. And the worst is that fellow Ted, what's his name? Ted Williams. Oh dear God. Oh my God. I think that's his name. He's a DC police. He go. Don't you, hey bro, literally, don't you literally understand, bro, that your existence is under attack? There's an existential threat from people on the streets, from people with cameras, just regular folks asking the most incredible questions there are. And what are you doing? It blows my mind. Blows my mind. How this happens, I will never understand. This is the part that, when you have, there are people who are doing nothing more than trying everything in their power to make sure that their silly, stupid world of 1980 television maintains it as long as possible. They still watch CNN and they get USA Today, and that may be okay. Look, if you want to listen to vinyl, go ahead too. Vinyl's great. There's a lot to be said for that. Some people think it's even better. That's terrific. But this now today, it's I don't even I can't believe what I'm talking about. I can't believe how incompetent cable news is compared to plain old social media platforms. With this thing called citizen, civilian, alternative media, presenters, analysts. Cable news, these sock puppets are stuck in this Ted Baxter world of having their colleagues weigh in. Who sits back and says, I can't wait to see what Bill Hemmer thinks about this? Don't you want to talk to a guy who was 20 years with special ops from Fort Bragg? No. Don't you want to talk to a fellow who was there, to the emergency room physician who was there? No. I want to talk to Harold Ford Jr. That's what I want to hear. Or Greg Gutbucket. Now, that's the guy's perspective. I don't want to hear people who were there, somebody who have expertise, somebody who knows about ballistics and law enforcement, eyewitnesses. It's just incredible. This is this Ted Baxter world of having their colleagues weigh in and this attempted philosophical depth, not recognizing the fact that their opinion defines boring in colors never thought imaginable. And did you also see the people? This is also interesting. Let me tell you what happens. You'd be surprised how things happen in real life compared to what happens on TV. Did you see the people standing behind? Did you see people standing behind? The people, I don't know about you, but if I'm sitting there and there's guns and people coming out, Secret Service and law enforcement with automatic weapons and vests, and they're covering, they're taking the president out, do they not realize that they're literally right behind the president? Didn't that blow your mind? It did mine. I thought, wow. Now that's another perhaps view, maybe psychologists or something. They're asking doctors to come on. Doctors. What is it? I understand gunshots. I understand this. Next point, you will never hear the phrase DEI ever again. Because of Cheadle. Did you see these? I'm sorry. Did you see these Secret Service? I guess they were Secret Service. These it reminded like Fredo in The Godfather when he went for the gun and it was, when they shot Don Corleone. This is the most incredible thing in the world. The level of corruption in our society is so deep and so infected. It will take decades to detect and unravel. Incompetence. I mean, incompetence meaning ineptitude, meaning diabolical and deliberate attempts to change the direction of our country. There are no there's no singular hashtag that will describe this cancer. It's this government is there. It's big. It's bilious. It's overblown, and it's incompetent. And here's one too. Mike Johnson put this word out. He said the House will conduct a full investigation of the assassination attempt on Trump. We will have Secret Service Director and others appear. The American people deserve the truth. Let me translate. Nothing will happen. Congressional hearings are a waste of time. Complete and total waste of time. And I'm going to say again, thank you. Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you for this platform, for social media, for the ability of us right now as Americans and world citizens to speak out collectively, not forced to rely on these cable news, these anodyne, saccharine, nothings from these Botox cable news morons who represent DEI. By the way, DEI, dumb and embarrassingly ignorant. You know exactly what happened. You know exactly what happened. Diversity, diversity, diversity. This is so done. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to understand something. It's over. There will be the elevation, the apotheosis, the canonization of President Trump. It's like nothing. When he walks out on the stage in Milwaukee, make sure you are there to see that. This, and please, sir, use every form of stagecraft you can imagine. That script has to be so, and I'm sure it's going to be, and he does it normally, I think very well. It's not about him. God was there for us. They're not going after me. They're going after you. That's the essence of this. You're going to see something that we have not seen in real time. The Democrats are over it. They're done. They're finished. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Bring your B team, C team, D team. Put Kamala in. Take her around. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Talk about Project 2025. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. You go, girl. You go. Talk about that. Talk about and all these speeches. I'm not playing them for you. Nancy Pelosi, we're going to go out and we're going to get them and all this. We're not going to go. The rhetoric, the absolute rhetoric. But it's a free country, and I'm sorry, that does not in any way justify or incite violence. But it goes to show you how irresponsible they are. Keep an eye on this, my friends. You are seeing something you're going to be telling your grandchildren about. This is something that is so incredible, so beyond explication. I have a difficult time even putting it into context. Let me just say something to you. Who said the times have changed? And I love this one. I got this. This says Trump 2024. I'll be back. Oh, he'll be back. All right. But this is the one I love the most. This is it. The rules have changed. I love this one. The rules have changed. Gwig says, Naomi Seip posted a stern appeal to the U.S. yesterday. I love not seeing anything like it. I have not seen anything like it. Compelling. Naomi Seip is terrific. We follow each other. She has a keen sense of obviously talent. And by the way, just for the record, Alec Baldwin blocked me from Twitter. This is the jadrul he is. Is this now what it's time to fight? Hold the mainstream media accountable for years of leftist lies and fear-mongering. Donald Trump is a hero, but we are his army for peace, truth, and liberty. She is wonderful. I think that's what you mean. She is wonderful. She is just superb. Good for her. This is excellent. There is so much great, there are great stars. This is also a time, my friend, for, and this is important, for Tucker to take his position, his elevated status, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. You're going to see a new iteration of those people involved. All right, dear friends. You have a great and a glorious and a wonderful day. It is such an honor to be with you. I thank you. Please make sure you are subscribed to Lionel Legal and Lionel Nation. And don't forget on Twitter as well. That's the sound of freedom. Literally, bro. Literally. That's what I say. And to the left, and Maxine Waters, this is the sound of freedom, dear friends. This is the sound of, think of it not as a wind, a mighty wind, a wind of freedom coming your way, because we're coming to get you politically, peacefully, always peacefully. That's the best way. Do it by the rules. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. Always stay tuned, locked in. We'll be back tonight. Not sure of the time. That's why subscribe to Lionel Legal, Lionel Legal, Lionel Legal, Lionel Legal, Lionel Legal, and Lionel Nation. Oh, we're changing the Lionel brand. Have a great and a glorious day, dear friends. Oh, and thank you, by the way, for our good friend Gwig. Gwig, thank you for your beneficence and your kindness and philanthropy. Have a great and a glorious day. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.